It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see a brawl inside the NFC South. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. All that and more coming up next.
Our coverage of the NFL brings us to the southern end of the Tar Heel State and to this beautiful venue, Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Young Kwaku has it all teed up. And we're off and running from Charlotte. On the return, here's Rico Dowdle. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
Straight to the air here, it's Young. Pulled in by Tommy Tremble. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They're a rookie out of Oklahoma there to make that play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Complete to Tremble. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. He's on the move. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Young. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And they get this down to the 28. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
All set up now for 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. Young on 1st and 10. Pass complete to Hubbard. And that's good for a gain of 5. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 23. Hubbard hauls it in.
It's sure nice to have that safety valve. Sure nice to have a running back that's not just able to tote it, Kate, but he's able to catch it. That's now multiple times they've looked his way, and multiple times he's delivered.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now Young. This throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Hubbard. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Trying it again with Hubbard. And he's in for the touchdown. The Panthers finish up an excellent opening series. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Right there, an attack on the point after. And the Panthers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Right, ready to send this one away. Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Falcons out on offense for their first drive. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game. But he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Staying with Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it gives him a 3rd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
3rd down give to Robinson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Penix on first down. Pass is caught, that's Darnell Mooney. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Penix working from the gun. This finds Chark complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Pitts brings it in. And they make the tackle at the 38. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
On first down, here's Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
On second down, Robinson. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, it's Penix. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Penix here from the gun. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the shotgun, Penix. On the move, headed right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Younghoe Koo after the field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
we've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Raheem Blackshear now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now for the second time, we take a look at this Panther offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Young throwing here. Thielen's got it, complete. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A tight end in motion now. Throw complete to Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. They get 6 and a first down as well.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Trying to get outside with Hubbard. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Sam Martin on now to punt it away on 4th. And this will be his first effort of the contest. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the 2nd time. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Penix now. Able to hit Robinson. Complete. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice game by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Another carry for Robinson. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He's taken down. The Panthers rush gets home. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. The Panthers set to take the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
Putting the tight end in motion. 2nd down, looking for options. It's caught. That's Thielen. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
To the air on 1st down. Young connects with Hubbard. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They put a receiver in motion here left. Out of the gun, Young. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons will return this well into the red zone before he's brought down. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing Penix. This one's caught. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. Welcome back. Time for our second quarter. The Falcons with a chance to score. Penix now to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Robinson reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons parlay the interception into points. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell and stopping you from reaching that end zone.
Younghoe Koo on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons push their lead to 3. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Blackshear on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Throw left side, complete. And he gets him around 6 there. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Up the middle, Hubbard. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd down run by Hubbard. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Young working from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate. Before he was able to recover and provide the hit, and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Sam Martin on the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And they were not blessed with the short field they got on their prior drive. This one is a world away as they begin deep on their own side. They're out and set, 1st and 10. To the air with Penix. Throwing the out route complete. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. DJ Wanham gets there to haul him down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Penix looking to pass. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Trevin Wallace has it. And the Panthers return the interception close to the red zone. He's stopped inside the 25. Wanted to hit his tight end there, but a defender anticipated it, got a hand on it, and it is picked up.
Yeah, I think this defenses today have figured it out. There's a lot of good tight ends, and they can be mismatch makers, so you better have an awareness and coverage of where those tight ends are. This defense did, and boy, what a big play to take that ball away.
The Carolina offense headed out now, and they're set up well inside of enemy territory, and they've got a short field after that pick. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard on the give. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Young on the play action. This throw is caught. He has the Carolina touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Right on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers take a 4-point lead. Right, ready to send this one away. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set.
drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Penix on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st down from the red zone. Rolling left, buying some time. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, a lot of glamour in this league, but today, it's a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. Call it 1 yard on the play, and that leaves them with 3rd and 14. Penix working from the gun. He's on the move, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Young Hui Koo after the field goal. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. Dowdle now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, he found the route he wanted pretty quickly, Brock, but maybe, I don't know, he telegraphed who he wanted a little too much because that defender sure got there just as the ball arrived to force it loose.
Yeah, this is one of those tough moments as an analyst, right? Because you're right, offensively didn't get the job done, but I'm going to give a gold star to the defense. Anytime you make contact and you disrupt that pass, that's a job well done defensively.
And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
One of the tight ends in motion left. Young to throw here on third. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Hubbard. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Young on 1st and 10. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Tight end in motion right. A 2nd down throw for Young. Gets this to Sanders. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. 3rd down from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push their lead to 4.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Right, ready to send this one away. Here's Agnew on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Penix here from the gun. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Penix escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Motioning the tight end now. On first down, here's Penix. Dumps it off to his running back. Gets some space around midfield. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Falcons will have a first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First and 10 from the 41. Robinson on the inside give. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're at a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Penix. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the first down.
So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Younghoe Koo after the field goal. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. The kick by Lutz is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. Dowdle now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Young to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Hubbard quick on the draw. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
New set of downs for him at the 38. To the air on first down. Young. Short pass brought in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. And it's the Panthers with first and 10. Now Young. The screen pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Out of the gun, Young. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Young working from the gun. Tremble with the grab. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers grow their lead just before halftime. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Right on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers grow their lead to 8. Right, ready to send this one away. Here's Agnew on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Falcons returning their offense and this running back to the field. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing Penix. Finds a man right side.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Penix. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Penix now to throw. Escapes the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Penix on 1st down. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Panthers are hauled down on the return at the 45-yard line.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Here come the Panthers, taking over late in this first half. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Young. He finds Sanders. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 3 now. From the 38. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now a run with Hubbard. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap now to Young. And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Offense to the line for second down. Young looking to throw. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down. So we reached halftime in Charlotte. The hometown fans feeling good. Their Panthers have the lead. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We saw a strong first half out of the Alabama man and former #1 selection, Bryce Young. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Right, ready to send this one away. McLeod now returning it. This return makes it up to the 25. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10, around to Robinson. This is ahead for about 5. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Penix working from the gun. That one's complete to London. And this one does not go far.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Falcons will have a first.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
Penix now on 1st down. Into the hands of Pitts. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the shotgun, Penix. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Penix here from the gun. Chuck there to haul it in. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons cut into the lead coming out of halftime.
So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Now the Falcons offense staying on the field, lining up to go for two. And again, it's Penix. He's on the move. And now down he goes. He's sacked, and they're unable to tie this game. Down two, they went for the tie right there, partner. But a game defense able to stop them and hang on to this narrow lead.
I don't hate that call, Kate. In fact, this is one of those gray areas. If it's the fourth quarter, that's absolutely the right decision. Third quarter, as I said, kind of a gray area where maybe you're chasing points. Either way, you're behind, and your defense now has to rise to the occasion.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Blackshear on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard. Jukes out a one-stop. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Big shot to begin the drive. Has him up beyond the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. Another big rip for him. And he has it almost to the red zone down at the 21-yard line. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. That sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. 1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Counterplay, Hubbard. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They run again with Hubbard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
The loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. This time it's a passing play. Looking for somewhere to throw. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Now it's Young. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers push their lead further to start the half. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Right on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers push the lead to 2 scores now. Ready to send this one away. Here's Agnew on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hand off Matt Robinson. He's out in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And they take him down right along the 30.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Penix looking to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Penix. Throwing the out route complete. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Blackshear on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Panthers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. They're out and set, 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Young. He's got it over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He has it at the 13. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing Penix. Pitts brings it in. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's on the move. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st down, here's Penix. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
An option give to Robinson. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it. I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
Penix on first down. Catch made by Sharp. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that gives them first and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. From the red zone now. He's got it. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Penix now to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons take a third-quarter lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Koo on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons jump in front now by 5. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Dowdle now to return it. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. That's incomplete left side.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Young. Short pass brought in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Third down, 1 yard to go. Here's a give to Hubbard. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
1st and 10 from the 41. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again, following the sack. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. So now it's going to be third and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Young working from the gun. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Carolina in punt formation. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. First and 10 now from the 30. Penix working from the gun. That's brought in by Mooney. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. They'll run it with Bijan. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Penix here from the gun. Completed over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Penix now on first down. Into the hands of Pitts. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Falcons will have a first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes. And it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. Give him a yard back on the play. Now it's 3rd and 10.
From the shotgun, Penix. The left side is caught by Pitts. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons stretch their lead on the final play of the third. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. 3 quarters in the books from this one. And after that last second score in the third, we'll resume play with a kickoff. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Blackshear on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Panther offense headed out to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
To the air on 1st down. Young gets this to Sanders. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Young looking to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 3 now. Motioning one of the tight ends. On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And they bring him down around the 34. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Back to throw. Here's Young. Legette's got it. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know that it's a physical game, all 100 yards of it into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Out of the gun, Young. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, fourth down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Thought that this might be four-down territory for him here, Brock, but they are lining up for a field goal. He's hit once already. This is a short one, inside of 30 yards. Prater puts it through, and the lead is back down to 9.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
So we've got ourselves a 9-point game now as they'll kick this off. Here's Agnew on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 2. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Penix looking to pass. Hits his running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. He breaks a tackle, and he's brought down before the return gets far. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And it's going to be Panthers football. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tight end motioning right.
Young on 1st and 10. That's complete to Leggett. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
They bring a tight end in motion right. From the 28, finds Sanders. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Running back sent in motion. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Shotgun snap now to Young. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's Young to throw. He completes it in traffic. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
2nd and 3 now. Sticking to the air, it's Young. He's got time here. McMillan hauls it in. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st. Young working from the gun. Escapes out to the left. He tucks it and takes off. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Looking to throw, Young. It's caught, that's Thielen. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Hubbard trying this up the gut. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Now it's Young. He finds Sanders. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's first and goal.